All right.
But you said it's on hold? It looks like it's recording.
Yeah, it's recording and on hold.
Okay.
The hold means that the buttons are disabling.
Oh, nice.
Disabling. Disabling. All right, bros. This is my bro who's like 5 feet taller than me because I'm a short motherfucker.
It's true. You're short.
I'm short, if you didn't know. So, welcome to Passion Unchained.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy Hanukkah. Fuck Kwanzaa, though. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I dated an African girl for a while, although I don't think she celebrated Kwanzaa. She celebrated Christmas, actually. Because she was a good Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So, you remember Rex from last year? What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Passion Unchained. This is the mystery guy. What's your name? Don't tell your name.
My name is Zid Ziegler.
He was in Dose videos. At least, if not more. I'm going to pull up my goals. Because this week, we are doing setting goals for next year. Actually, yeah, let's do setting goals for next year, and then we'll do review. We'll do it backwards, because we're cool like that. I have my goals for next year. Do you have your goals for next year?
Yeah, I do.
In your mind?
Uh-huh.
That's cool as shit. All right. Excuse me. That was fun. So, Rexamillion, I will have you share your goals for next year. And let me just frame this, first of all, and be like, yo, goals are important. It's really cool to have first of all, I'm going to fucking move this goddamn thing because it's not framed right. Whoa! Better. So it's important to have goals because it helps you push yourself and it helps you get excited for next year and what's going to happen. When you don't have goals, you can be a little aimless. You can lose momentum and motivation because you don't really have something to look forward to. But when you have goals in your love life, in your passion, in your passion hustle, in your physique, in your health, etc., and wealth, when you have these goals, you can look forward to things that you're going to achieve for yourself. So this video is about what goals we have for next year. So Rex, what goals do you have for next year?
Yeah, so I personally like to break it down to health, wealth, and relationships. And so the main goal for wealth next year is building my business. And so I have a goal next year of selling 24 houses. That would net me, I'm focusing on quantity to build out my real estate referral network. I'm a real estate agent. And
where do people go if they want to work with you?
Oh, yeah. And I actually have a network of real estate agents around the entire U.S. So if you don't live where I do in Eugene, Oregon, still reach out. I'd love to go through the basics with you, walk you through the process, go through a financial assessment and all that rigmarole. And you know that I'm not personally trying to sell you because unless you live in Eugene, Oregon, I can't specifically work with you. Go to my website, rexlawyer.eugenehomesforsale.com.
How do you spell lawyer?
Lawyer, Loyer. Thank you for the...
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
REXLOYER.eugenehomesforsale.com.
Exactly.
Is the 4 a number or the word?
It's the word.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's the big one there. I'm a part of a team, which is pretty cool. If I'm able to hit this 24 house mark, I'll get a transaction coordinator, so like a free assistant. I will be making at least $100,000, and I will be able to reduce the amount of commission that I'm giving to my team because of the amount of sales. So that's the big business goal, and that's probably the top priority. I always like to have 3 different goals, but also prioritize which is my first and foremost focus, because that way if they come into conflict, sometimes they do, I can go, okay, I've decided that this is the most important.
Yeah.
So for my health, I've been very athletic in the past, but I'm not in great shape.
Look how fat this fucker is.
I know, I'm exactly. I have a pretty strict diet, and so I'm not worried about that. Next year for health, I'm going to be focusing on being consistent with my workout routine. Joe and I've talked about it a little bit. I'm going to be doing some kettlebell work by
Pavel Tsatsouline.
yes,
I'm
Pavel
probably
Tsatsouline.
pronouncing that wrong. Sorry, Pavel.
Sorry, Pavel. We know you're watching this, and we apologize.
Many apologies.
And that way,
I'm not sorry. I'm just doing it for the optics.
Exactly. That way, I'm a huge fan of making the things I need to do easy and the things I don't want to do hard. Something that's gotten in the way a lot this year is
Atomic Habits, bro. Fucking
Atomic.
Hit me up, James Clear. I'll have you on.
And basically, the goal here is to eliminate all the objections that have come up over this past year as I've gone really heavy with work. And so that is by following Pavel's Tsatsouline's
Like Tatooine, but not.
but Tsatsouline.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly. By following his protocol, essentially, I don't need to worry about paying gym memberships, and I can lift heavy weights in the comfort of my home. And so basically any objection I have or thing that I keep, I'm too busy here, I can't do it today, etc., kind of bust through all of that. So that's the main goal there. I'd love to make it up to 160 pounds, which is where I've been before, and then just stick at the 10% body fat and that I'm at right now. Lastly, I would like to...
He wants to be super feminine and start cleaning the house.
I do. I want to be a super beta. Just
he wants to be a beta couple.
I want to throw my life away.
Yeah.
And just ruin everything.
Yeah.
But
he wants to be the girl in his relationship.
Exactly. I want to be the...
See what he's doing right now? See, he's like just agreeing with me.
Exactly.
It's exactly what he wants to do with his
It's
girl.
beta behavior.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, and I'm honored as fuck because in my life I usually friendships has been very hard for me because for most of my life I've been a little overly controlling and overly protective, and so I would attract guys that were just yes men essentially that would just let me walk over them because I was a dick. And I was kind of a bully for most of my life, but this guy is actually one of the reasons why I'm somewhat socialized. I would say I'm pretty socialized, but this guy because
you made it. You did make it over the hump.
But when we first started hanging out, I was doing my usual you're doing what I want to do kind of deal, and you were agreeable but also had boundaries, and I was like, what? How is this guy nice but also self-respecting? And it kind of threw me a loop. I'm like, because I'm always trying to protect myself, and I would do so by being overly aggressive. And then this guy right here was nice but also really respecting himself and drawing boundaries but not being a dick about it. I'm like, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could be nice and likable but also respect myself.
Totally.
And so I eventually did that. I actually was at a house party with Christian, our friend Gretchen. I call him Gretchen because a dude that I used to know his name was Christian, and everyone called him Gretchen, and kind of sounded like Gretchen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I was in the group home. There was a staff named Halim, who was Egyptian, and he couldn't say Christian very well, so he was like Gretchen, and so everyone just called Christian Gretchen after that. Yeah. And so I call Christian Gretchen sometimes because of that. I was like, we were just talking. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of the asshole of the group. He's like, yeah, but that's only on the outside. You have the biggest heart of all of us. And I'm like, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. And so I've come a long way from just trying to protect myself so much that now it's just a fun outer shell of I'm just kind of a dick, but I'm not really. I'm just joking about it, and I really have a big heart on the inside.
Yeah, because you don't need to protect yourself anymore.
No.
You know that you've got your back.
Yeah.
I mean, literally somebody shows up with a gun, then you need to physically protect yourself. But beyond that...
I know Krav Maga, bitch.
It's true, so don't even try that.
Yeah, but I also don't want to play myself up too much because I've only done a few months of Krav Maga. But I did just get back from Muay Thai, which won't really help me with a gun. But I do have a rifle, so if I have enough time to go and get my rifle and come back out and order some ammo online and wait for it to come, I'll come back in a couple days.
Hey, so what are your goals for next year?
What are my goals? Funny you ask. I have them up right here just because... Okay, cool. So some of them are actually already done because I set these goals over the past couple months. I drew them out and then changed them slightly and then changed them slightly, and so some of them I've actually already got done. Number one is pay off all credit cards, which is obvious. Like I just don't want credit card debt. And I still use the credit cards for subscriptions, but like for instance, what I'm doing right now is I'm paying off one at a time, and the rest I'm doing minimum payments on. So I've already paid off one of my credit cards. I'm still using that credit card for subscriptions, but the way I'm doing it is once subscription posts on my credit card bill, I'm immediately paying it off. Like at the end of the month, a card that I've already paid off, the rule is I can put as much as I want on it, but at the end of the month, when the statement hits, it has to be zero. If I've already made it zero, I can't like build that back up again to any balance at the end of the month. It has to go back down to zero. So I'm not using my credit cards because it's really convenient to do for subscriptions, but I have to pay it off before the next statement hits. So pay off all credit cards. So I've already paid off one. The next one is about half paid off, and then after that I have two more. I want to end the year at least 3 months ahead of expenses. That gives me a lot of room, like a runway. If any emergency happens and I have zero money, it's like, well, I've already paid rent 3 months in advance. I've already paid my car off 3 months in advance. Actually, the next one is Payoff Car in full, so like I won't have any car payments. But I've already paid off I have a couple loans that I'm paying off. I've already paid off those 3 months in advance at least. And so that way, no matter what happens, I'll at least have 3 months of a runway to get myself back on track. Next one is a Payoff Car in full. My car actually right now, as we speak, is getting its control arms replaced because it was pretty beat up. Like apparently its control arms are hanging by a thread, and at any moment, like my wheels just might like veer me off from the side of the road. So I was like, let's get that fixed. It was funny because I brought it in a couple days ago, and the guy was like, so I have bad news and bad news. The bad news is you have to have both control arms replaced, and your brake pads are almost metal to metal. And I'm like, okay, so I have enough free cash right now to get one of those done. What is most important? He's like, well, the key word is almost. So get your control arms replaced. And I'm like, okay. So,
There was no deliberation there. It was control arms or you die.
Yeah, pretty much. Because the control arms, if you don't know anything about cars, you're a beta bitch. But just to help you out here, I'm just joking. I love you. But so the wheel's on an axle, and there's also like another thing that connects to it that connects to the steering mechanism. So when you turn your steering wheel, this like turns the wheel. And if that disconnects, the wheel's just kind of like flopping around, like going wherever it wants to. It could actually slam into the side of the car, like the wheel well, and I can actually get stuck. I've seen a car. I've actually helped out this girl. I don't want to go into like a side tangent too much, but this girl essentially crashed, and I helped her get her car out of the way because there was a huge like line of cars that were building up at the time, and I happened to be like a couple cars behind her when she was blocking the turn from like this big major turn, and backing up. So I helped her jack up her car because her wheel, her control arm broke, and the wheel was hitting the wheel well, so it couldn't turn. So even if you put the car in neutral, you couldn't push it because the wheel was up against the wheel well. So I had to jack the car up, move the wheel, and so it's dangerous.
Wow, this is a great tangent.
Yeah, thanks. Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, point is, pay off car in full. That's the point. And so actually, let me wrap that up. I was gonna not make this a goal, but because my car's starting to have intense like repairs that have to be done, I want to pay off my car because I don't want to owe it. If my car craps out, I don't want to owe anything on it. So pay off car in full. Next one is get health insurance, which I did already. And then the next one is to get the root canal on the right side of my mouth, which is already done. So those two are done. Fuck yeah! And the next one is to get crown on the left side of my mouth, which is not done yet, but that's here. I need a crown there, because I'm a king, bro. I'm a short king, motherfucker. Reach at least 250 subscribers on YouTube. I'm really grateful for we hit 100 this year. Woo! And we're going to get to 250, and then I'll do a 250 special. We're at 167, I believe, today, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Finish phase 1 of Passion Unchained, which involves at least two $5,000 revenue months. And start phase 2, which is about info products and coaching. So release one info product for Passion Unchained is that starting phase 2. At least one international trip. And then, which actually will probably happen early because my friend Radical, who had me on his podcast, and I had him on this podcast, he's visiting Mexico right now, and we're going to meet up in Monterrey. So that'll probably happen in January. Go hunting, shoot some piggies. do a Tony Robbins in-person thingy. Have at least one threesome with 2 ladies. Sticking my dick in both of them at the same time, like splits. It's like a forked tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Get both new tattoos I'm thinking of. I want a tattoo here, a tattoo. Not a tattoo-lean, but a tattoo. And buy a laser cutter. Because I like lasers. Lasers are cool.
That's good.
So that's my goals for this year. What are your goals? I want to hear a couple of your goals, because if you have like a long list, if you can put it in the comments if you want, but what's your main 1 or 2 goals? Put that in the comments below. If you don't want it public, you can just email it to me.
And also, what's your main goal out of all of those?
Out of all of those, it is getting Passion Unchained to at least 2 5K months.
Nice.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of little ones. I organize them differently. I just have mine as kind of like a to-do list. My goals are like a to-do list, and they're roughly categorized, but it's like just a long to-do list. So, yeah.
Cool.
What are your goals? Let me know. I also, if your goals involve getting girls, then hit me up for a Tinder profile critique, and we'll also talk about a potential for getting you an awesome, I call it kick-ass dating profile photo shoot. If you want, you can check out my link in the description below to schedule your profile critique, and also check out the experience that others had. Yeah, I've actually done some photo shoots with you. What have you thought about them?
Yeah, so spoiler alert, he's pretty much the reason why I met my current girlfriend, who I want to get closer with. And it was largely due to the photos, because at the end of the day, it's Tinder. People can only see your photos and your bio. They can't see your witty charm. They can't see who you are as a person. And at the end of the day, it's an aesthetics game. So that boosted my aesthetics. It was fun shooting photos with you, and I was happy to pay you. And I got way more value than what I paid for. And I can say that authentically. So
there you have it. I didn't coach him before this. I didn't say, hey, you're going to say this exactly. I just kind of did that in the moment. So yeah, check it out. And free profile critique whether or not you get a photo shoot. So check that out. I do have shoots where I'm flying out. So if you don't live in Austin, either you fly in. I have a lot of people. Most people choose to either drive in or fly in to Austin for their photo shoot if they don't live in Austin. But I do have people that pay my travel fees, like pay for my flight. I don't make any extra. Just here's my expenses. As long as I'll just fly out to you. So I have that happen too. So if you're not in Austin,
yeah,
it's
you
cool.
flew out to me. So that
True.
was awesome.
I flew out to him
for lodging and expenses and things like that.
Yeah, and then
so
I also have
worth it.
a couple coming out, a couple happening soon, where I'm flying out to. So there you go. Subscribe and don't die. You're not allowed to die. Damn. Nice. All right, we'll just do that one for now.
Cool. Hey, favor?
Yeah.
Let
me get the thingy.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and don't put the part in about the